Clear your space. Take 3 deep breaths if you choose. All right. Enchantment. Oh, Sagittarius, how beautiful. The enchantment card. Now see. Look at this. Self-love. And the enchantment card. And what's in this lantern is something mystical and magical about you. It's a reflection of you. Look how mesmerized she is. There's something, self-love comes up so much in our readings. Self-love, the base to all the other love. How can you love someone else truly if you don't love yourself first? If you don't respect your own boundaries, how do you expect someone else to respect your boundaries? Self-love. I love that I have the pink candle going today too. All right, let's find out more about this energy. This is already amazing. Becoming enchanted with yourself, Sagittarius. Look at all these little fireflies too that sow your energy. Lighting up the sky. And this fire inside represented by this mystical glowing cat. This is from the Fantasy Cats Oracle deck. Becoming enchanted with yourself. Becoming enchanted with what you can do in a very humble and wow. So we have growth and fruition as the current energy. And she's holding a clock. It's growth. Firm roots. In this nest. Strong trunk, firm roots, growth. For some of you, it's time to grow, and some of you are. The growth and the self-love is blossom, is creating fruition. This was the last full moon, Sagittarius, that we had too, the fruition, the harvest moon. That's the current energy. Recent past to current energy. So let's do this so that this is, yes. We'll put the self-love right here. Oh, actually, that's not going to work. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing set design. I thought that they would all fit on there, but they don't. But I'm going to leave these here for now, and we'll refer back to them. But those are your oracle cards, your overall energy. Sagittarius. And there's this growth in this fruition, like, right? Like you're growing yourself, you're growing within yourself, and now there's fruit, there's blossoms. There's something that you can see and feel. Okay, we all might be seeing, we'll see, 22, 222, because I got 2 cards again for the next. And we have the long night moon and the blue moon. 3 full moon cards out so far. And this is the long night moon. This is the dark moon on the longest night. And this is darkness. Having faith. And we have in the unexpected, the blue moon energy. Expect the unexpected. Blue moon energy is something asking for something from the universe. Oh, too many cards. Asking for something from the universe, something that wish upon a star. If you could make a wish on a star. Oh yeah, 222. Y'all are seeing 222. You got 2 cards out again. So this is the advice from spirit. This is the path. I'm going to read the darkness card though. You are entering a time of introversion because it's winter. So the earth is, everything's going within, and this is the time that we go within. A leaner time, or time to turn inward, to plan and strategize. It is time to do shadow work, which will bring big dividends later on. Release what no longer works for you. Wow. The darkness needs to be there as much as does the light. Truth. One of the earliest human fears, and we just saw fear, and we saw the lunar god, which is about stepping into your power and your strength, that came out with all those other cards. It is said to be one of the earliest human fears, is said to be a fear of the dark. We fear what we can't see, and we fear what may be hiding in reality. The dark is as important as the light. In nature, there are many nocturnal animals that go about the business of living under the moon, not the sun. Truth. The darker times of the lunar and seasonal cycles signal a time to naturally turn inwards, to stay close to home, to look closely at ourselves, and to plan for the light, for spring. A lot of you may be picking up on bear energy, beaver energy. Has a lot to do with the same thing: hibernation, solo effort, going into a cave, a kind of hermit mode, a seclusion, to again, go within, return, and then emerging from your cave in the spring, fresh, ready. You've done the shadow work, you're lighter, you're ready to go. You know, the beavers, they did the same thing. This is the time of year that they're, especially in the next full moon, when they're really busy, when they're doing stuff, they're getting ready for the final preparations. And as well as the tribal people of ancient times, the same thing. So this is, use these seasons is what spirit is telling you. Use these seasons. You did a lot of growth, you did a lot of fruition. Spring and summer, you did a lot of work, and you've grown, and you're starting to see they're asking you to do the shadow work. The darker times of the lunar season, look closely at ourselves. In the northern hemisphere, which is where I am, the long night moon usually occurred in December around the winter solstice. This is when the nights are indeed long and the hours of sunshine short. It's cold and people will begin to be snowed in. It is during these long nights we can begin to do our shadow work, undertaking the self-reflection needed to identify what isn't working for us and what might be causing us pain. This could be a bad habit, a destructive pattern, a recurring useless fear, or anything that holds us back from being the best we can be. Once we see these aspects of ourselves in the dark, we can simply decide whether they must go. We can decide to release them once and for all. We get to transform, and the companion stone is onyx. The darkness needs to be there as much as does the light, because the darkness, if you think about it, is actually what we learn from. It's what we grow from. It's what we plant new seeds for new dreams, new goals, new achievements. Is those painful things, those failures, those disappointments, those heartbreaks. So doing that shadow work and expect the unexpected. And we have that enchantment, right? This enchantment and then expecting the unexpected. Raising your frequency, doing that work, that self-love. And we're talking about shadow work, and self-love is here because this is the nutrient that you need, Sagittarius. This is that we all need, the nutrient to our soul. Look at how many of our young women and men too. Look at how many of our children are deforming their faces, wearing wigs and weaves that are made from dead people's corpses, from Hindu rituals where they are trying to get rid of their bad mojo. So they're shaving their head, and hair that used to be burned, that hair that used to be burned is now sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars. People are the amount of makeup and transformation and all of these things because there isn't enough of this. Loving yourself. I would never cut open my body and put my temple for that through that kind of trauma just to have a bigger butt or bigger boobs, or, and I'm not judging anybody, and I'm not saying that that's not what I would do. But what I am saying is, the degree to which we are self-love. So that was my example that I wanted to use. I don't want to get too far off into that, but I wanted to use that as an example. We live in a society where there is less and less love of self. And the love of self that we do have is superficial. But Sagittarius, and look at, there's that beautiful lotus at the bottom. And you have this fruition. The darkness, transmuting this darkness. So then the outcome, this is advice from spirit. Expect the unexpected. Make a wish upon a star. Wish for something that you didn't think was possible. That heart's desire. And for some of you, this is also, the unexpected card can go either way. It can be about expecting those, expect the unexpected. Unexpected things are going to happen. You can wake up and have a flat tire, or you can, have a fender bender, or something even a little more serious or much more serious can happen. This is life. It's about how we deal with it, how we deal with that fear, what we have to learn from that darkness. But that's just a side note for everyone, for all of us to know that, that we have all the faculties, the swords, the wands, the pentacles, and the cups to deal with whatever comes our way. But we have discernment and protection. And that's what it's all about, right? Discernment. Even when the way isn't clear, you can't see with your sight, things are foggy. Discerning, knowing, trusting your inner voice. And then there's this protection. And there's that nest energy again. You are protected. You are being watched over. And they want you to know that you are protected. So star card on the bottom of the deck. And it's about that discernment, right? Even when you're in the dark parts, in the unsure parts, the parts, it's about discerning your way forward, trusting yourself, knowing which way to go. Or more like, what is the solution? And there's this like higher conscious, there's this connection energy, connecting with your ancestors, connecting with your higher power to help also guide you in this discernment. But you, okay, growth and fruition. Yeah, growth and fruition has caused such a change in you. Growth, something, the tower. This change, there's a change because you are not the same anymore. You've grown in this new person, maybe even since the last full moon. I mean, my messages are always timeless, but we are talking about the harvest moon in 2024. The next moon is the hunter moon coming up on October 17th. And it's funny, this is in the recent past, but there's a change. You grow. And she's holding this time clock in her hand, and this watch, this pocket watch almost, and it's almost like right on time, right on divine time. Like you felt it was time to grow. You felt you needed to change. And for some of you, again, this is because this is a collective reading. This can be an affirmation, confirmation, or a revelation, right? That you're on the right path. Some of you have already done this. Some of you are in the process. Some of you, this is the hey, this is what needs to happen. But it's time. If you're feeling a certain way, your energy's off, because it's time to grow. You've outgrown. It's like kind of like what do they call that? Metamorphosis, shedding. It's time to shed that old skin because something else is coming. Something else is blossoming, blooming, and we have again the tower. You've changed. You're not the same anymore. And that's, and we have on the bottom of the deck, we have self-reflection. So we have self-love and self-reflection, which has been coming out a lot lately. This is about opening to larger possibilities about yourself, seeing yourself in a new way, not seeing yourself in the old limits of the past. Yeah. Through seeing the resilience that you've had, even through the hard times, even through the darkness, you kept moving forward. Surrender. Now that's here twice. That's on the other bottom, the other deck. But it's surrendering to the flow of what your life and your soul is calling you to grow, to be your better self, your higher self. Wow, I got 22 again. I got 2 cards. 2 of staffs, 2 of cups, Sagittarius, fire energy, water energy. Two of Staffs. And look at, there's the full moon rising on the horizon. That might even be something you want to do on the full moon, is watch the moon rise. Especially when you're somewhere with a higher vantage point. But we have the Two of Staffs. And it's funny because we have this road, and this is kind of what the Two of Staffs is about. The Two of Staffs is about a road opening, a way opening, opportunities coming through, deciding that you're ready to move forward. You're ready for something new. I mean, he's holding the world up above his head in his hand. This is what I want. This is how I want to create my world. I'm even getting new earth energy. Two of Staffs. And it's funny that this is fire in the darkness. Choose to just keep moving forward. Even when it's dark. Even when you're going through the darkness. And we have Two of Cups, the unexpected. Now, I will tell you, Sagittarius. Okay, Two of Cups is a card of abundance. It's a card of love. An offering of love. Someone offering you their cup. Now, what Two of Cups is also a card. It can be romantic. It can be, platonic, like friendships, love. But I feel this Two of Cups is the love. One, Two of Cups, when you are in balance, when you have love for yourself, you create a balance, you create a flow, and that attracts abundance. It attracts opportunities. It attracts love. Self-love is also the magnet to all other love. Expect the unexpected. This is also about someone possibly coming back. The unexpected card, somebody from your past. Some kind of reunion. So for some of you, that'll be true. What's on the bottom of the deck? Page of Cups. Yeah. Expect the unexpected. The Page of Cups is the unexpected. So, but that message is only going to resonate with some of you. But for the Two of Cups with there's some kind of joy, some kind of happiness, some kind of blessing, abundance, or something unexpected. For some of you, it definitely is going to be love. And you may have needed to grow. This might even be why. The growth was necessary. This fruition, planting these seeds, bearing this fruit was necessary for this change in order for you to know exactly what you want. This darkness that you went through, because I'm seeing that you've been doing a lot of growing. You've been doing a lot of maturing. And now it's time to do some more shadow work because you're more mature. You have a higher sense of perspective now because you've grown. You've blossomed and you've come into fruition. You might not have been ready, but now you are. Now you know what you want. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to move forward. I know what I want out of life. I know what I want to create. I know what the next step is. And again, both of these cards, Two of Staffs and Two of Cups, are about choices, a decision. You chose to love yourself and you brought something together, and now something unexpected, something enchanting is going to happen. You're going to fall in love with yourself, and someone else is going to fall in love with you too. And then at the end, we have Lee Justice. And there's those scales balanced. There's that balance. There's a balance. There's a gift. There's a reward that's coming from this darkness that you went through. Because you've cultivated yourself. You've cultivated your self-love. You planted those seeds of self-love, and now you're going to see the blossoming, the fruition of the dark, what the darkness was. It's almost like the darkness of when you plant a seed in the dark soil and it grows towards the light. The moon pulls up the water to the roots. Justice with discernment and protection. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. Generational wealth, abundance of all things in life. Ancestors as well. That's beautiful, beautiful energy. And I feel like too with the Two of Staffs, it's almost like you were like, I'm not going to let anything stop me. You chose to keep moving forward. And here we have this dark moon, this long night moon, and you even through the long night, this moon is just rising on the horizon. And you're like, I'm not going to let that darkness stop me. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm still going to give myself the love I need, still do things. And so there may be, you might not think that what you did was enough. You might think that, oh, I didn't really do anything, but there was something that you did. What it could have been so subtle and so small to you, insignificant, but it really was the catalyst. It really was the linchpin. You know, discernment with justice and protection. Wow. Yeah, 333. You may be seeing that number, or you will start seeing the number. It's funny that we did a 3-card spread, even though we got 6 cards. 333. Yeah, self-love. That's one of your confirmation numbers. The days it's toughest, they are missing you from the veil. That's from your ancestors. Because we have the ancestor card on the bottom of the deck. So expecting somebody may even reach out to you. That might be part of the enchantment. Somebody who's been there for you and caring for you from the other side of the veil for a long time, has a lot of love for you. You could have a dream or experience, have some kind of contact with them, but expect the unexpected. And 2 of Cups. The days it's tough. It might be some of you may have lost someone. A lover, a spouse. And so what they want you to know is that the days when you're feeling like it's tough, it's because you're both feeling each other. The flowering magi, I don't believe in death. I believe in transformation. The caterpillar becomes a butterfly. You are simply transformed in a different frequency, in a different form, in a different place. And we know this because those of you who have experienced the ancestor contacts, the messages, the animal messengers, the messages in a song, the way that they come, the phone ringing, the doorbell ringing, and nobody being there. Back in the day when we had landlines, and the phone would ring. The days it's toughest, they are missing you from the veil. That's what they want you to know. You're not alone in missing them. And not for some of you, that's what the darkness has been. Is you're missing somebody, and they're going to show you that they're still with you. That they watch over you and they protect you. And we have moonlight. Look at that. Spend some time in the moonlight, like we were talking about, watching the moon rise, doing a little moon ritual, making some moon water. But moonlight is some form is going to be beneficial. And we have 888 abundance on the bottom of the deck. Before that shuffle, we had 777. Spend some time in this next moonlight, this season through the winter, and doing some of that shadow work. The moon is definitely, what do they call that? exquisite when it comes to shadow work. I just saw codependent. Somebody, you may have grown out of a codependent relationship. You started to love yourself. And whether you don't, I don't think you realize how much that has done. But I would definitely spend some time in the moonlight. I don't think we have anything in this deck. Not only for that ancestor contact, but to release this shadow work. Release the darkness, release the old. Because whatever it was, a codependent relationship, if somebody passed away, that energy needs to be cleared. We have the Towers and the Justice card here. Scales are balanced. It's time for you to experience and know how much you are protected. That protection card could even be your ancestors watching over you, but you've completed a cycle. So now we need to get rid of the remnants of the last. I love life. Yep, this is the energy that you're in with that little sunflower. I love life. It is my birthright to live fully and freely. I give to life exactly what I want life to give to me. I am glad to be alive. I love life. This is your power thought, your affirmations. When you're feeling that darkness, I am safe. It's only change. Wow. With the Tower card here, you are safe and you have protection here. You have discernment. You have the discernment. It's almost like the Justice card is here. You have the discernment. Nobody can mess with you. When you're in your discerning energy, you're safe. It's on. I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. My life gets better all the time. Hell yeah, it does. We have the blue moon here, the blue moon card with the Two of Cups and the enchantment. This is just the beginning. I am willing to forgive. And that usually starts with yourself, right? Forgiveness of myself and others releases me from the past. This is that moon energy, that moon ritual exercise, spending time in the moonlight. Look, it's even the same colors. Forgiveness of myself and others releases me from the past. Forgiveness is the answer to almost every problem. Forgiveness is a gift to myself. I forgive and I set myself free. Forgive yourself. It's all part. The darkness had to be there. You had to go through that darkness to learn, to grow where you are now. That's what they want you to understand. The darkness had to be there, and now you're going to see why with the unexpected card. You're going to see why the darkness was there, what it was you needed to learn, what it was you needed to grow, what skills you needed to cultivate and bring out of yourself. And of course, we have self-love here. This is going to be a very enchanting time for you, Sagittarius. Soak it the fuck up. I'm not cursing at you. I'm not trying to curse at you. That's the passion I feel. Soak it up. And whoever has wronged, forgive yourself and forgive them, because justice is here. Lady Justice is here. She got her sword and her scales. She's here to balance the scales. And you had this come out with the outcome, your discernment and your discernment. This darkness that you went through, this growth, is now made you a more discerning individual to navigate through life, to navigate through the spiritual realm, to navigate through relationships, to navigate through careers and professional, endeavors to discern through life. That is the key. That is why we do tarot. One of the main reasons, so you can learn to discern, so you trust yourself. I am but a lighthouse to help guide you through the storm, as others guide me through the storm when I'm in it. This is not about me and my gift. This is about you and your discernment. Discerning our, especially the spiritual universe, discerning through governments, through politicians, through all of it, the lies. And this is the gift that you're getting. This is what you're receiving, discernment, and you have protection. Lady Justice is here with her sword. Those who have hurt you will pay. That's why it's important for you to forgive yourself, right? It's important for you to forgive yourself because you don't want to hold up that karma. You don't want to mess up your own karma. The wolf is your animal totem. This is your confirmation for this message. Creation, healing, and purification. Although portrayed as a marauding villain in many European cultures, wolves are deities in Native American cosmologies and are a popular totem. Like the raven, which also appears in this painting, the wolf is a hero and creator. In some legends, she is the trickster sibling of the coyote. These two tribes, what is that? Quileute and the Macaw of the Pacific Northwest ascribe healing power to the wolf and perform a wolf dance in the skin of the animal to cure the sick. In the early Mormon cult of Lupa or Feronia, the great she-wolf, also known as the mother of wolves, was the divine midwife and matriarch of the ancestral spirits. So that might be the ancestor. You might have a matriarch that might be speaking to you, a grandmother, a mother that might have passed on the other side. That might be the person who's missing you. But she was honored in an annual festival of the she-wolf and was invoked in purification rituals. In the Roman legend of Romulus and Remus, a wolf nurses the two heroes and restores their strength. Interesting that she said two. Restore from the darkness. And then also you see the moon energy. Wolves are associated with their moon and their connection with the moon as well. Look at that eye. And that dream catcher. Yeah, there's a raven in there. There's a couple ravens in there. Creation, healing, and purification. Yeah, that's shadow work. Right? And these wolves are what? They hunt at night. Right? They're out at night. They're nocturnal. Like they were saying, this long night moon. Trust and again, the wolf trusts their instincts, lives by their instincts, follows their instincts. What a great reading, Sagittarius. Thank you. True royalty.